Hey there, Saints fans. Welcome back to another film study. And today we're going to take a look at this guy, Trevor Siemian. Is he good? Is he goofy? And how did he play when he was with the Denver Broncos? Will he be a viable backup for the New Orleans Saints? And is there any even potential there? Maybe. But don't get too excited because, well, he is a backup for a reason. But at the same time, he did beat out a first-round pick for a starting job. So, as a player, there's always that little bit of intrigue of, well, if he did this, what can he do in a better, different situation? I think most people would consider New Orleans a better situation and certainly different than his time in Denver. Now, I'm not here to make a video talking about, oh, he's the dark horse to actually be the starter above Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill. Not trying to do that at all. But I do think that the possibility of him being a viable backup is there to where if Jameis Winston does take the job, Trevor Siemian is a viable backup, and then Taysom Hill is allowed to expand upon his ever-growing roles across the team. So I think it could be very useful. So in today's video, what we're going to do is take a look at interceptions and touchdowns, good and bad, like the best you can do and the worst you can do, and talk about it, because I feel like that's a great way to go. So transition to the first one. And for those who remember and have been following a while, you will remember that Trevor Siemian is actually the guy, just throw this on the screen real quick, that got me third place in the national scouting competition. And this scouting report, I think, when the Scouting Academy was grading this round, they were using actual directors and scouting directors across the NFL. Scouting Academy is a great place if you want to go learn how to evaluate players. So I've gotten a lot of looks over him over the past year, and I made this report a year after he got his first start. So like I said, we're going to start with good, bad, a little bit of everything, because I feel like that's the best way, and if you want the full scouting report, then you can just hop on the Patreon page, because we've got full reports on a lot of stuff over there. So this is going to be one of the ugliest things you've ever seen in your life. It's pretty daggone bad. The concept they're trying to run here is something similar that the New Orleans Saints run all the time, where they're running a Yankee. We've talked about this several times. So we got a deep end route underneath the post route. The post route is going to be, oh gosh, this is just bad. Don't worry, there are some good plays, but I think that's kind of what you're going to get a lot with Trevor Siemian. You're going to get some just god awful and then some, wow, that's actually a beautiful throw. So for this, the read, and we'll get the end zone angle to flip it around after looking at that interception that honestly should have been a return back for a touchdown. But you'll have the play action look here. He needs to read the safety, and he does. He sees the deep safety and then goes to the underneath. He's got a clean pocket. And what confuses me is not only is there a defender trailing the receiver, there's literally two, to the point where you can barely see the receiver in the frame. Like, this is not only the wrong read, it's covered by a lot. This is just a throw you don't want to make. And I understand, look, we've got an over-the-top safety that doesn't duck, so you got the back corner as well as the safety. So you're thinking, hey, that post route is closed. But at the same time, you've got to look underneath and see we've got a bracket here as well. The correct pass at this point is the check down. And look, I understand you want to make a play, but this is not like this was a 3rd and 15. They had opportunities here. You're looking at this being a first down type of throw, and that's just awful. Absolutely terrible. But it's not all bad. So let's get to this next one here, where you're going to have him at home, which is an outdoor stadium, and then a really great read against single high pressure, takes a big hit, and delivers a perfect short pylon throw. So this is Trevor Siemian in a nutshell. Is a great read, beautiful throw. And this is a pre-designed shot. So the look off here is to make sure that safety doesn't roam. Releases, and the fact that he releases this ball perfectly in the correct spot with anticipation and placement after taking a huge hit coming is marvelous to me. Typically, you don't see a quarterback make that throw after just making one of the worst decisions we've ever seen by an NFL quarterback. And yes, I will say that first clip qualifies as that. That's a simple high to low read and then get rid of. That's not that was bad. But that throw, the second one, the touchdown, that was absolutely phenomenal. And throws like that get you excited. If a player can make that throw, what can they do? So now let's look at one with a 2 high cover 2 look. Looks like they're playing cover 2 under. And this one, I actually don't mind the read. It's a second down and short, and they're going on some just quick slant routes and quick little out routes and quick hitches, and they try to hit, and it goes through the receiver's hands. And this is one where you just can't blame the quarterback. And you'll see it from the back angle here. Hits him right in the hands, in stride, through the window. He just lets it go through. So, I think it's always important to look at quarterbacks and take context of how those interceptions come. For example, this one is definitely a quarterback blame interception. This is one where he needs to read the corner well in terms of the route that's getting jumped. Coverage shows off at first, but he's got to be able to read. Look, they're sticking in man. Even if it did show a little bit of an off-zone coverage look to begin with, you got to be able to read that post-snap through the rotations, through how the alignments are of the DBs, and then react accordingly. And this was just going to get picked off throw from the jump. You can't make it. And it ends up being a pick six because he tries to force it in, even with that corner playing off, looking zone, but in fact playing man who jumps the route. That's just something that you're going to have to, work on improving as you, develop yourself in the league, because that is a really bad play. And same thing here. This one coming out a little bit late, but same type of thing against Miami, where we now have a pick because he tries to force it. And even if it's not tipped, this still gets picked off. The corner is playing back. The ball is late to come out, but you see here, even with the defensive lineman getting up and batting the ball, look at the spot of where the corner is. The corner is there. The corner's jumping the route. At best, you're hoping for an incompletion here. Very unlikely this becomes a completed pass. So once again, bad decision along the same lines as what we just saw. So these are things that we need to work on. But let's get it up going to the next one. Well, we have another one coming here that's not as bad. I promise. There's some positives in this video. We looked hard for them. So now we got him on a 35-yard touch pass into the end zone with a beautiful on-the-move forward plant. Doesn't even get his entire body mechanic set up, and just look at this release. Now, it's a clean pocket, but once again, him making a deep pylon shot for a beautiful throw. Let's do another one. Now they're playing four verts. The inside vert comes up just a little bit in terms of leaving his landmark, but this is four verts. This is something the Saints run all the time, and helps hold off the safety with eyes, and then hits the middle seam. Perfect. Touchdown. These are the type of plays that make you go, hey, he can make it in the NFL. A little bit of a stare down there, but goes right over the top of that middle linebacker, and easy touchdown. Now, same thing. We got a potential throw where we showed off the arm. He tries to test the arm this time and underthrows it, becomes an interception. We got a single high with off-man look on the outside. So we're going to carry it vertical. It's like we have maybe a cover three match situation type here. But you see, he doesn't get his body all the way into it. Underthrows it. Easy interception. So we're getting I said this is exact mix of what you get with Trevor Siemian. Pump fakes, just doesn't get all. I don't know what even happens there. Just doesn't put it all into it. And by the way, carrying the ball on the interception with one hand, that's so scary. If I'm DB coach, I'm telling you to tuck that in. That's frightening. So now we get him on the move here, trying the same thing. And I actually don't mind this one. This is a scramble drill where his receiver stopped. And this is you put it up for your guy to make a play. Your guy doesn't make a play. I like the avoidance of the rush here in terms of getting into the scramble drill. I like the awareness of where he is on the field. And then with it being third down, honestly, just run for it. So spatial awareness in terms of making the throw before you get to the line of scrimmage, I like. Making the throw in terms of if this was, if you couldn't run it here, I get why you make the throw on the scramble drill. I really don't have a problem with the, give your guy a shot. What I do have an issue with is the decision making because, dude, run for the first down. There's nobody here. You can make it. Peyton Manning could make this, and he couldn't run at all. So you got it. Just go ahead and make the play happen. And instead it ends up being another interception. So decision making. Once again, an issue. Not necessarily a consistent, he's bad at it, but this is just one of those where, anyway, let's find a positive play, can we? Oh, we got more pressure. And roll out, once again, across the body. This is why, unless you're Patrick Mahomes, you never do this. Never throw against the grain. You're typically going to get intercepted. Brett Favre can prove that to you. So, one, your tackle just got obliterated. And then you'll go on the scramble drill once again, throw across your body, and it becomes a duck because you lose a lot of your momentum. You're not able to get into your lower room mechanics, and you throw a really lame pass. Now here is a touchdown. That's a back shoulder throw. It's a good job. The negative here is it's bird dog. Like, he stares this thing down the entire time. But besides that point, it's really not that bad of a play. It's a good read, knowing the coverage, hits his man, ends up being a TD. All right, so like I said, what you get with Trevor Siemian is a mix of everything. Bad, good, beautiful, ugly, hideous. He's a backup, and that's fine. And he's honestly a player who could be a capable backup for some time and maybe even got better one day. Remember, it took Jake Delhomme 6 years before he was able to become a starter and develop into that. And while most NFL quarterbacks don't get that opportunity, not many quarterbacks are able to be starters and then come and work with, programs like the New Orleans Saints. So there's no idea what Trevor Siemian could be. There's still plenty of ugly in this video, and I'm certainly not calling him a dark horse to be the starter. But I will say, hey, it is interesting to see another NFL starter or former NFL starter come to this team and be the backup. We've seen that become a path to, starting jobs in the league with Teddy Bridgewater, and we'll see what happens with Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill. But regardless, you have seen this team start to go in the quarterback direction and have a little bit of success and maybe a lot of success down the road. If you like the video, make sure you like the button, smash it, subscribe if you haven't already, and join if you want to support. Check out the Patreon page for all the scouting reports that we do, as well as a lot of inside information. Said very cryptically to make you go click the link. Y'all are awesome. Who dat? God bless. We'll catch you on the next one. And I'm going to intro us out.